for these voluntary workouts, but everything we've been doing, phase 1, phase 2, has been leading up to our NFL version of spring ball, these OTAs. As you can see, it's one thing to go through a lot of drills, but once you start getting, offense versus defense, decisions have to be made. And we have good competition throughout at a lot of positions, so this work, just love it as much as anything. So you get a chance to see the initial group that we put out there, but don't put too much into who's getting reps right now, who isn't. We don't have first, second, third teams right now. We can't have a starting rotation. And as much as anything, we want everybody to have an opportunity to show us who they are. Take your question.
What's the plans right now for Derek Stingley as you're working into things?
To get him better each day. Coming in, we know he's coming off of a major injury. So for Derek and some of our other players, you can see we have quite a few guys that are out right now. Some are getting no reps. Some are getting a limited amount of reps, which we're doing with Derek and Kenyon and a few other players.
The same thing for John Mechie?
Yeah, same thing for John. Again, as you look, the guys that aren't getting any reps, they have something going on. And if a guy's getting a few reps, we're kind of easing them back into full competition.
Lovie, with John Bernard, is that from the foot from last season, or is that?
Yes, last season.
And the Oriano, is that something that just happened?
Yes, if there's a freshman. See, I go back to my college days quite a bit. If there's a rookie, is not out there doing anything, he has something maybe minor as much as anything. We don't have many guys that are completely. Jonathan Grenard and a few of our other players, Eric Murray, you see some of the guys had off-season surgeries, and you probably won't see them until training camp. But everybody's right on schedule, being able to do something.
You mentioned these were voluntary, but is this a situation where you would like to see Lee Collins and Landry Tunsil around?
I mean, I kind of, a big saying, voluntary is voluntary. You can show up if you like. You don't have to. I kind of go on that in the end. Yeah, I'd like for, guys to be up here all day, staying with the coaches, put in as many hours as we like, but they have some options. And rules are in place. We follow the rules, and it's no more than that. Every player that's not here right now, I've communicated it with them, and I'm okay with that. Eventually we'll have everybody here. There's one thing that's mandatory in all season, and I expect everyone would be there unless, we've come to an agreement and have something that I want them to take care of too.
Lovie, what does that say about the group that you looks like you got about 95% of the players here?
That's how, we weren't, no one was satisfied with what happened last year. How do you get better? Come to work. Every time you have an opportunity to get better, you show up. Some more than others. It's not like we're going to make, Brandon Cook's not going to get every snap. We have some of our veteran players that I'm going to take some of their reps off a little bit, but when you have as much competition as we have, you don't have to tell guys to show up. They want every opportunity they can to show us who they are.
Lovie, one of the guys that's here is Brandon, and what are your thoughts on Brandon and the importance of him having signed a new deal and all the things?
Brandon is one of our best players. He produces. He's also one of our best leaders. He does it the right way. Practices hard. Represent our organization on and off the field the way you want him to. So it says a lot. Doesn't surprise me. That's who he's been all of his life. He's that guy that I lean on quite a bit, and the rest of our team does.
Lovie, very early.
In these OTA practices, what do you hope for players?
And not running away from the question, but it is just individual improvement. Up until this stage, it's just been a lot of technique work. But there's so many things that you can learn. One of the main things is just teaching them. Last year, COVID year, we didn't have a chance to just go into all of the details. So you have a chance to do all of that right now. But individual improvement will touch on everything, a lot of the things that we're going to do. Not everything. I'm talking about offense, defense, special team. Maybe a few things, little tweak that we're going to make. You have a chance to look at that a little bit in all season also.
In the days sense you notice different about Davis Mills? Just back.
Well, Davis has been, every day we've opened up the building, he's been in here. He's our quarterback. When you're a leader, you got to be visible. It's been documented on what I think of Davis. I think he's going to be an excellent quarterback in the NFL for a lot of years. But it's about this year. You know, having a year, he and Pep Hamilton get on the same page with our offense, and him being in a role from the start, that's different also. But that's what you do. You have a chance for him to establish himself as one of our primary leaders each day.
In the days since Obo came in, what have you seen from him, and what do you expect that he'll add to the defensive line?
We added him to our mix because he has excellent speed. He plays hard every down, and we're always looking for defensive linemen that can rush the passer. Everything I've seen from him, he's exactly who we wanted and thought he would be. And local flavor and all bad.
Lovie, when you look at the consistency this day, it feels like there's a bit more urgency on the defensive side. Is that just because of the familiarity and the returning staff?
So that, I don't know, in my limited background, they're saying there wasn't urgency last year. That's not what you're saying, are you?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm just messing with you a little bit here. I hope there is. We didn't play as well. No position played as well as we need to. So that urgency to get it better, to correct some things. And I think just knowing, too, we brought back a lot of guys. The core of our group, was brought back this year, setting that tone. There is a sense of urgency for us to get it right and be ready to go. Before you know it, we're going to be sitting there, I'm going to be talking to you, and, the Colts are coming into town.
Do you get a sense that this is a more veteran group than last year? Do you see the older, what does that bring to this kind of team in that way?
I've just never been around a good team that didn't have great veteran leadership. Older guys that know how to do it, a certain way each play for the young players coming in. Coaches, we're hitting them every second. And you can pretty much, it's not a whole lot of rookie restrictions, but for our, of course, to have those veterans there, kind of show them the way, it means a lot.
What does AJ bring more?
AJ, another veteran presence that's done it at a high level. And for him, comfort in his offensive line coach also being here. But everything I've seen from him, another pro. Every day we've opened up the building since he's been with us, he's been in the building. That says an awful lot.
When you look at a guy like MJ Stewart, who's played multiple positions, nickel, safety, what does that do just for your veteranship in the defensive backfield? Also, how about Jalen, as he kind of progresses in there?
For MJ, first off, he can do an awful lot. We brought him here, yes, what he'll be able to do in the secondary, but we put a big emphasis on special teams, and he will be a core special teams player for us. So that's important. I think every year I've been in the NFL, we have gone to our fifth safety, some kind of way to play. So you need a lot. And Jalen, I assume you're talking, we got a few Jalens. Petrie is who you're talking about. He's a sponge. He's picking up quickly. Very bright, athletic, all those things, but he needs reps. All season work helps those guys so much. And that local flavor is good also.
Lovie, why do you think in this quarterback league it's tougher to develop and kind of get some of these young quarterbacks going? And what do you see from Davis, just speaking broadly, as all these quarterbacks try to develop and get better on the job?
Well, I just know about ours, and it's quarterback is the toughest position in football, and you have to put time in. No, there's no substitute for experience, though. I mean, every year, some things Davis will get just based on playing the game for a long period of time. But I think a lot of the good ones, they play good ball early on too. And did I tell you he was a smart guy that went to Stanford? He picks things up fairly quick, and he'll be okay.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank y'all.
experience working with George on this offensive line. What's something that you can teach some of those guys?
Coach Warhop is going to be very detailed. You know, he's about his work. You know, each and every day. You know, he's a laid-back coach, but when it's time to get after it, he gets after it. He gets after it. He's never going to change, never going to bust for anybody. He's going to be him each and every day, and that's what I respect about him.
How would you characterize your style of play, your approach to the game?
You know, I feel like it's more physical. You know, trying to be exact mentally, not a lot of screw-ups. You know, and every offensive line probably would say this, but running the ball, being physical as you can in the run game is something I look forward to.
What's it like to be a part of this group, the vibe that you get here,
You know, it was very, very, very welcoming, and I respected it so much when I came in the door. You know, it was a team that was, asking me so many questions about me, what I need, this and that, and, something I really didn't have, and I really respect that a lot.
AJ, how would you describe the process of developing chemistry with the guys that you play next to?
Being in the offensive line room, offensive lines really don't change as far as their personality, and that's what I like when I came into the room. You had guys with some of the characteristics that I'm used to, and an offensive line group, man, it's a lot of interesting people in the room. But all those guys are really, really cool, and it's really been a great 2 months here so far.
What's been your impression of Davis Mills so far at the time?
Oh no, I love Davis. He's humble, laid back, don't really talk much, but he's very, very, very cool quarterback. I got a lot of respect for Davis.
You see any similarities between Davis and your quarterback from last year, Trevor Lawrence?
Trevor was a quiet dude. He was a leader. Didn't really need to speak unless he have to. And that's what I kind of see a little bit in Davis. He really doesn't talk much, but when he gets in the huddle, you can see he's very poised and very confident in what he's doing, and I love that about a quarterback.
AJ, it's been a minute since you were a rookie, but you came from the SEC in South Carolina. With a guy like Kenyon, is there a certain level of expectation of what you've seen in those type of practices to where you should be able to transition over those?
A guy being drafted where Kenyon was, there's going to be a lot of expectation of him, but I was telling him to just take it day by day, try to get better each and every day. They're going to expect a lot out of him, but just be who he is, and every day. That's who he's been. A humble, quiet kid, been working hard for the past 2 weeks he's been here, and I think he's going to be a hell of a player.
AJ, what was it like to see for the group see 95% of the roster?
Oh man, it feels good.
What was it like for you to see 95% of the roster?
It feels good, see most of the team here. Everybody wants to be here. Everybody's getting better. Everybody's contributing, and that's what you want in these early parts of the OTAs, getting ready for the season to roll around.
What kind of guy and what kind of coach is Coach Warhop?
Like I told him earlier, Coach Hop he's going to be who he is. He's going to be a very disciplined, very, very detailed coach, and he's never going to switch that up. He's going to be the same each and every day. And like I told him, that's what I like out of offensive line coach.
See a reason you want to be here?
He's one of the reasons I stepped up to be here. But there's a lot of people here that I have know decently. And I felt like it was time to make a change, and I felt like this would be a good change for me. And I've been liking the vibe so far, and I love what's going on. I love the situation right now.
AJ, what's your impression of Lovie Smith so far from a head coach standpoint? Been in the NFL for a long time.
I spoke to Lovie a little bit on the phone when I made the decision to come. He kind of reminded me of myself a little bit. Really laid back, quiet coach. He really doesn't say much, but you can tell he's got a little spark about him. You don't want to piss him off, so I kind of like him to stay cool and quiet. Don't want to make him mad.
Different vibe than some previous years you've had some head coaches.
Yeah, a little different vibes.
What stands out to you about the Ben Hamilton offense?
He knows his stuff. He's a very detailed coach. He shares a lot of information, but he makes sure we all know what we're doing. Each and every day, no matter what it is, something small going in, something big going in. He's going to make sure we have a meeting to make sure everybody's on the right page, and that's what you need out of the offensive coordinator.
From looking at it from a defensive side of football, just being able to go up against some of these guys the last couple of years in Jacksonville, does that kind of give you a little bit of a role as a teacher and maybe see what they were missing when going up against you?
When that time rolls around, I'm pretty sure the guys in the group are going to ask me, how's this guy, how's that guy, and I'm pretty sure those guys know me down there. So it'd be a hell of a game to get prepared for it, and I know it'd be same for those guys on the other side of the ball in Jacksonville.
You had an injury last year. Could you just tell us about the process of recovery, kind of what you're going through over the last year?
It's my first time being injured. Having a surgical injury, missing majority of the season, and my first time since I've been playing ball since 6. It was a little different for me, but I think it was something that gave me a lot to think about. But now I'm feeling really good. Been out here with the guys doing everything, involved in everything, and it's been feeling really, really good right now. And I can't wait to get out there and show what I can do.
Last couple.
All right, thanks, AJ.
Thank you guys so much. See you. See y'all later.
Say what's up, y'all. What's up? Pride Jewel. Maverick, Maver. CK. About to be 2 in September. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, it was huge, not just for my family and I, but, believing in what, this organization is trying to get done and what Nick and Coach Lovie is building. So it's definitely a blessing. And, I'm glad we can put that behind us and get back to work.
Brandon, you've been through a contract extension before. Was
Yeah.
there anything you learned from the first time around, this time around, of what things you wanted in this deal?
No. I trust my agent, Ryan Toner, to be able to do that. And I got full trust in him. And, for me, I just stay back, continue to work, and kind of let him handle that. And got a lot of respect for the way that he does it and go about his business. So I'm blessed to be able to have a great representation.
What's the what you can build upon the chemistry that you started last year with Dave Smith?
Oh, yeah. I mean, times like this, being here at OTAs, being able to just get some of those live throws, and then, this summertime come, be able to get the guys together and kind of just keep that, thing going before going into training camp. As we all know, everything is just about reps. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple. Pep is special and a great mind. Got a lot of trust in him, and just trying to help him be right. And we love going to work with him every day.
Is there a level of excitement just knowing that y'all will be doing something different as a unit?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
We had a chance to get to talk to John Mechie some.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that kid's special. You can just tell it. When you talk with someone, you just get that feel about a guy. And, the way that he goes about his business, obviously right now he's not going with us, but, his focus and paying attention to the little details that he can pay attention to, I like him, and I can't wait to get to work with him for sure.
Brandon, you kind of
Yeah.
95% participation.
Yeah.
What's the feeling for you that seeing this team kind of come along?
guys are bought in, and believing in that message that, Coach Lovie is portraying. He brings a lot of energy every day. Got a lot of respect for him and coaching in this game for a long time. So we're all excited.
Brandon, you kind of talked about it a second ago with Davis, seeing what he did last year. Was that part of the reason that you wanted to make sure you were at camp to build off of yourself?
Absolutely, no doubt. Yeah.
What kind of growth do you see from Davis? Obviously, this is just
Yeah.
not a game, but just do you see some differences?
I just think his leadership, his confidence, just really taking control of that huddle. He's not that rookie anymore. He's coming in. He knows that's his huddle, and that's what you look in for your quarterback. And he's definitely doing that.
Brandon, using AJ Cann's words, he said he's kind of figured Lovie out.
Yeah.
He's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
You don't want to piss him off.
No, that's exactly right. It's like a parent you don't want to disappoint, right? Exactly.
What do you say about the nigga just mentioned Mitch a moment ago?
Yeah.
But y'all made several new additions to
Yep.
offense. How do you feel like that's going to help you guys, improve and get to where you want?
Yeah, I mean, all hands on deck. We got a lot of special guys on this side of the ball that we added, not just at the receiver position, but in the backfield, whether it's from tight ends, at the offensive line. I think, Nick did a great job in the draft and then, free agent-wise. So, like I said, the biggest thing that I see right now is just everyone's bought in and everyone's unselfish. And I think that's where a great offense starts at, just unselfishness.
What's the biggest adjustment for a rookie receiver? We might ask you last year about
I would say the biggest thing is just, slowing the game down again. Obviously, college to the league game get a little faster, so how fast you can slow that game down is going to be critical.
Why is it important for you as a veteran to be at an optional team activity?
To lead, you know what I mean? Obviously, they look at me to be able to help lead in areas, and if I'm not here, it's going to be hard. Obviously, there's been some time I'm away from my family, but, when I can be here, I'm definitely going to be here to help lead and set that standard that we all looking for the season.
Some new faces on the defensive backfield.
Yeah.
Looking at some of those guys, Derek Sting and Steven Nelson.
Yeah, Steve played with him in college. He's played a lot of ball. Guy is smart. Look forward to having him on my team. And then Sting, and that kid is, what he's done in college was awesome, and I look forward for him to be able to come in and do that here as well.
When do you know about rookies? I hear a lot.
Game time. Yeah, game time.
So Colts week.
Week one, you know what I mean? That's when you kind of, know about the rookies. Practice is one thing, obviously, but, it's you really learn about a rookie in that game time. But I think our rookies is, got something to them.
Lovie kind of mentioned that there's a little bit more of experience this
Yeah.
year, and the guys who were brought back for a reason. Just
Yeah.
with that familiarity and also having still on staff and with coaches, does that make it a little bit easier to transition from what happened last year to this year?
No question. We still got a lot of guys that's on this staff, and you may see it as a new head coach, but obviously these guys have been around, and that makes things a lot easier.
The vibe of the team usually comes from the coach.
No question.
How's it changed from your year 1 year, 2 years?
I mean, as you can see, we all excited and having fun, so I think that speaks for itself for sure.
Good. Thanks.
All right, y'all. You have a good one.
It's a dream come true being able to come from what we did last year in LA and then come here to be home. It's a dream come true.
How much did that play a role in you wanting to be here?
Everything, including Lovie Smith's very pass rusher friendly defense.
What do you like most about it? What do you like most about the play? I guess how it accentuates your skill set?
It just features the defense. If you can pass rush and you can run around and you're a real relentless, nasty player, this defense will work really well for you.
What do you think about where you go from A-League to now winning a championship, playing for a team, it's on the team?
Oh man, it means the world to me. It was a journey. You and me, we've been talking since high school, so you've watched my journey. So it's a real beautiful thing to be here right now, just being able to come home and play for the home team.
But what are some similarities that you noticed in Sean's defense versus Lovie's defense, and what are some differences?
I'll start with the front, the even versus odd front. There's a difference there, and some of the two-gapping that might happen in Sean's defense compared to just the penetrating and aggressive nature of Lovie Smith's defense.
Have you gotten your ring yet?
Oh, not yet. I've got fitted, but I'm still waiting on the ceremony.
What are you planning to do with
I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up, and I'm gonna just have it in my man cave.
Well, you got a football camp coming up. Can you tell everybody about it?
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, I have a football camp on June 11th. I'm doing it at Crump Stadium, where I used to play in high school. So yeah, I'm real excited about that. I'm gonna, just try to pour back into the community for as long as I'm here in Houston.
Does that make it a little bit more exciting for you? The fact that you go back and you get to kind of do some things off the field that maybe you didn't have the opportunity?
Yeah, 100%. It's great to be back. I plan on doing a bunch of stuff like that for just the kids in the community.
As a veteran who has been to the ultimate goal, does that make you feel just a little bit more of a leader on this defense, so showing the ultimate goal for this team?
I feel like everybody on our defense is trying to just lead by example. We're just trying to do what we need to do. Just make sure that we do everything in our power to win the championship this year.
A lot of Houston area guys in the NFL, but in this roster in particular, it's a lot of draft picks from the Houston area. You're from Houston. There's a lot of local flair on this team.
Oh yeah, for sure. Everybody knows Texas high school football is the best, so Houston's the biggest city in Texas, so of course we're gonna have the most athletes,
Was it something you feel like you needed to do once you got home, like a favorite spot or a particular area?
I just wanted to take my mom to dinner, go kick it at Papa Do's like we used to.
What about expectations as far as y'all's position group? Y'all set those early, like around that?
Day one, we know we're going to be the most physical. We're going to be the most relentless D-line in all of NFL, in all of the NFL.
What's the strangest way someone's tried to say your name?
Man, I've heard it all, man. But I try to keep it easy. Let everybody call me Beezy.
Or were you Smith who was developing that? Was it just get natural to me in practice?
It started natural, but after working with a bunch of guys like the Von Millers and the Clay Matthews, guys with my similar stature, they've helped me refine it over the years. So I've added a lot to it.
Through that defensive line, you can get a sense of how deep the unit needs to be and the relationships through that. Like, what do you see and how you can bring that to a group that's also going to have to be deep and rotate and be a part of each other?
Oh yeah, we all got to do it together, so we got to be connected on and off the field. So that's what we plan to do this offseason, just build those relationships so that you can see exactly how much we love each other on the field.
How do you seek that out when you're new?
You just lead by example. When it's real, people know. You don't have to fake it. You come in, you just show love. You show the young guys the way, and you respect the older guys, and everything falls into place.
What's been your impressions of some of the young guys, the rookies on defense?
Can you repeat that, sir?
What's been your impression of some of the rookies on defense, like Thomas Woodward?
Oh, I'm really impressed with those guys. Very, very, very ready. That's what you look for in a rookie when you see them out there in practice and there's no fear. They just look very confident. I like that.
Well, you're an accomplished pass rusher, but you also are into photography. How did that get started?
I was always into just the creative arts. Before I really started playing, I sort of took a backseat role when football really got serious for me. When I was able to accomplish a couple things, I was able to pick it back up, and it's something I love to do. But right now I'm worried about football. I'm in football season. I'm trying to maximize everything I can do with football.
What's one of your favorite places you've been and you've been able to take photos of?
I think it's Red Rock Canyon in Vegas. That was my favorite. That was my favorite place this far to take pictures. It was beautiful.
Also, shoot photos of the draft this year. What you gained from that?
Oh, that was a really cool experience. Just being able to watch those guys get drafted and seeing them with their families. It was a beautiful thing to see.
When did you realize that about yourself, the artistic part?
I think I realized that before I knew I was athletic. I grew up. I had a little blog. I wrote poetry when I was a teenager. I love music. But when I started playing football, I felt like it sort of helped with football because I started the game very unorthodox. I played it in my own way because I started playing so late, so it sort of helped me.
All good?
Cool.